Hey, Sasha here. I've got some tips on corn today. I had a few people say to me this year that they thought that growing corn was hard. I haven't found that to be the case, but there certainly is some quirks to corn that you need to know about that can really help you be more successful when growing it. Here in South Australia, I will grow my corn in September and October. I'll put my first seedlings down then, and then every couple of weeks I'll keep planting corn. So I've got a successive crop and a continual supply of corn through summer. I'll keep doing that probably till mid-January, maybe a little bit longer, depending on what the weather's doing. I'll also get my seedlings from seed, and I'll generally plant those seeds out in end of August, early September. And just for the tip, growing your corn from seed is incredibly easy. It's got a high success rate, so I recommend that you give it a crack. And it's cheap too. So corn loves an open sunny position, and it really is a heavy feeder, so you need to make sure that it's got enough nutrients in the soil. So you really want to dig in some well-rotted manure or some compost, but you really just want to make sure that there's enough nutrients in there to really get that corn growing, and that there's enough food there to keep it going through the entire season. I have a big garden, so whenever I'm choosing a spot to plant my corn, I make sure there's enough room for those successive crops so I can keep all of my corn in the same area, and that helps with pollination. When you're planting it, don't be tempted to plant it in rows, plant it in clumps, and the reason for that is all about pollination. And pollination's probably the biggest barrier that you're going to have when it comes to creating juicy, full cobs of corn. So it's mid-January here, we're well and truly into the season. The corn's cranking, but I'm still having a problem. I can get corn like this, which is amazing, looks fantastic. And then other times I'll pick corn and it will look like this. And as you can see, there are kernels missing. And this all comes down to pollination. If you look at your corn, when it comes off the side, you'll find that it has silks growing out the top. Pollination occurs when these flowers up here, the pollen drops down and it will pollinate all of those silks of corn. Each of those silks represents one kernel of corn. How cool is that? Mother Nature's amazing, right? So basically, if you're not getting those full cobs of corn like this, it means that some of those silks didn't get pollinated. Okay, so there's a few different ways that you can help your corn to get fully pollinated, and that is you can go around, you can just give them a bit of a shake, and you can see why planting in clumps now is a better idea, because it just allows for a better surface area and for more corn to get pollinated. So periodically come out, give them a bit of a shake. Sometimes I'll actually just snap a flower off and I'll go around and I'll hand dust the tops of my corn silks. So that's some good ways that you can get your corn to pollinate better. For me, I find in spring and early summer, I have a massive problem here with earwigs, and I don't like to spray. And the problem with the earwigs is they love to eat young, tender leaves. And when the silks first come out of the top of your corn, they really do have that kind of feel about them, and that's really attractive to earwigs. And what they will do is they will come along and they will eat the top off. So of course, if they've eaten the top off your silks, the corn cob isn't going to be able to fully pollinate properly. Okay? So instead of letting your corn just be, come out and check it. If you're having a problem with earwigs, come out and check it. Have a look where the silks have come out and quickly get in there and try and pollinate it before the earwigs get to it. So that's my tips on corn. It's really not that hard to grow. You just need to think about pollination, have some really good soil, and give it a bit of love and care. All right, have a great day. See ya.